All right, guys, welcome to Beyond the Horror on Friday. Welcome. Today is Friday the 3rd, and it is Beyond the Horror Murder House. And today we are discussing episode 3 with Maisie. Welcome, Maisie.
Hello.
And guys, we do apologize. We were waiting a few minutes because we are waiting for Casey to join us. But Maisie, Casey's at the movies, right?
Yes.
Oh, Casey is he's obviously having a good time and actually having, a life right now. So we really can't fault him for that. So
I
Maisie and
was.
I, oh, I'm sorry, Maisie.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
I was saying Maisie and I were contemplating on if we should wait to do the live stream until we can have Casey join us because we don't want him to, get offended because sometimes that happens. Movies go over. And I remember when I went to see The Matrix Reloaded, I mean,
Hmm.
I thought that was going to be like an hour and a half movie, and it was like a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah. My mom, when oh god, uh, I forget what movie it was. We went in and the thing said an hour and a half. Like the on the website, it said an hour and a half. We went in. We were in the movie theater for 3 hours watching that movie.
It's probably Lord of the Rings or something.
I don't know. Just like Split, it said it was like an hour long movie, like a short movie. Split was supposed to be. I feel like I was in that movie theater for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Uh,
Split was a movie.
I haven't
I
seen
got
it yet.
it's really good.
Ugh, Jan says, ugh, erg, a life. Yes, I know, a life, Jan. I really would like to have one. I think I'm going to have one tonight after the live stream. I was telling Maisie that I might actually get to have dinner with my husband tonight. So yay! And America, Maisie and I were also talking to. She was binge watching Vampire Diaries before the live stream here tonight, and I was binge watching American Crime Story. So we weren't binge watching Murder House. We've seen the episode, but we're not binge watching it. So Maisie and I, we will really try not to start talking about Vampire Diaries or American Crime Story, which are both pretty good shows.
I'm just such in a mindset of vampires right now. Like, no, because like Netflix added Twilight, so I was like, awesome. Like we were just talking about Twilight too, and
Yeah.
they added it. That's so cool because my DVD player on my computer broke and it doesn't like load the DVDs anymore. So I can't watch any of my DVDs. So I was like, oh man. And then they added it, I was like, oh yeah. And then that was the like earlier and I was like, you know what show that I need to catch up on? The Vampire Diaries.
Right.
And then I'm in a hole now. Like
No, I understand. It's okay. Tonight I'm going to dive into the Santa Clarita Diet
yeah, I
with
know, I
Drew
can't wait to
Barrymore.
watch that.
Yeah. I love her. I love Drew. I've been watching Drew since I was a kid, and I'm just so glad that she has made it with so much success, given the path she was going down at one point. So I'm just so glad that she was able to come back from that and actually be a Hollywood success story. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we should move on to American Horror Story. Like I said, even though I feel like um, O.J. Simpson and Marsha Clark are in my head,
Yeah.
you feel like Stefan, Damon, and um,
Everyone else,
everyone else,
man.
yeah, are like in your head.
They're all fighting right now.
Talk about me. No, talk about me. No, okay, sorry. um, okay, so this episode of Murder House actually opened up, I don't remember, but we got Sally Freeman, who is a patient of Ben's. And remember,
Yeah.
Sally Freeman, that's played by Adina Porter. And Adina was um, the third wheel in Roanoke. Darn it. I'm so sorry. I have my notebook right there. What was her name in Roanoke?
I
Her
don't know.
character name in Roanoke? I know with the Polks and Shelby and Matt Lee. That was her name, but Lee. Okay. So, yeah, she played Lee in season 6. So she was telling Ben about how she's getting a divorce from her husband because he tells her that she's too boring, but she has tried a lot to actually catch his attention and to show him that she's not boring and she really cares about him. And Ben blanks out, kind of has this vision, and then wakes up in the backyard, having no memory of what else happened with Sally and the actual session.
Those are my favorite scenes in this episode because he always wakes up in the same spot in the backyard and just looks completely lost. And I'm always like, that's how I feel in the morning.
I think it's also funny too how Constance is always there to make some sort of one-liner remark.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like she has a telescope watching him every day, and then she's like, "Oh, he's in the backyard. Maybe he'll get naked." Like he sleeps like he's a
Yeah.
naked sleepwalker. She's maybe hoping that he'll like strip or something. Maybe that's why she's always there.
Well, the whole time she was like, she's the one who suggested the gazebo to be built in the backyard. That's like the first thing she said. She was like, "Yeah, you should build a gazebo back here. I can see you and your wife drinking lemonade." I'm like, "Oh, girl, you are dirty."
That's what the episode started with. That's right, Moira. The episode started with Moira and Constance and
Yeah.
Constance's husband. He was forcing himself on Moira, and Constance punished them both by shooting them both. And
Yep.
that was actually pretty much my one liner that every time she sees Moira, she's reminded of how much of a hell of a shot she is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so
And she's stealing silverware until she has a full set so she can sell it on eBay.
yeah, she's still in the Harmon silverware. And then she said, they'll just blame it on you, Moira, the maid. So, yeah, that was hilarious. Apparently, she drugged Ben's drink when he
Uh,
had that appointment with
yeah.
Sally
Yeah.
in order to get him
I
to
don't
try
know
to
if I
naked
believe
sleepwalk.
that.
I don't know if I believe that either. I think he just had a blackout.
Yeah, because apparently, like that house has been doing things to him anyway. So
Right.
like, wouldn't that just be the house too? It'd be weird if Ryan threw in that. No, the maid spiked his drink. No, the house did that to him.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Like,
Well, after they had finally moved on with Ben, Sally went missing.
yeah.
And right in that time is when Hayden showed up. And that was his pregnant girlfriend
Yep.
from episode 2. And she didn't get the abortion. She says she's there because she wants to move to LA to be closer to him because he's going to be a new dad. And she's there to tell Vivian the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy.
I mean, I get where she's coming from, but don't the whole thing of her going to the clinic and just there for the abortion, then you're just like, oh, she didn't get the abortion. What's going on?
Well, I gotta say, after this episode, I saw Violet as more of a whiner. I saw Vivian as more of an unlikable character, but I finally
Yeah.
found a like with Hayden. She
Yeah.
was like Glenn Close from Fatal Attraction. She refused to be, the object of Ben's desire and then pushed
Yeah.
aside so he can fix his relationship with his wife. And then she can just be
She was
ignored.
doing what she wanted to do, not what he wanted to do.
Well, yeah, because if he would
And
have
I
had
felt
his
like she,
way, he would have just ignored the entire situation. And so
yeah,
his wife would never have found out.
I feel like she's more of the real characters in this season.
Yeah.
Because you do, like, it's sad to say, but you do see that a lot where a husband cheats on his wife and gets a girl pregnant. that girl just does whatever the guy says because it's a
Well,
guy.
or he kills her, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, no, Ben didn't
oh,
kill
no, no, no. I'm
Vivian.
just saying there are other times in real situations where if, like a husband has gotten a girl pregnant and he doesn't want his wife to know, or he
Oh
doesn't want
yeah,
anybody to know, unfortunately, he takes the terrible route and, murders her. So
I mean, they kind of took that route, except Ben didn't kill
Ben
her.
didn't kill her.
So
Yeah. Well, he tells her, hey, meet me here and we'll talk about it uh, somewhere first. And then
yeah,
Vivian has Marcy come over. And I loved this part because it was hilarious. Vivian is telling Marcy with her little perfect little teacup, you know, we're going to sell this house now. I'm afraid we're going to sell it. You're going to sell it for me, and I'm going to make back every single piece of money that I made on it. She's
yeah,
just drinking from that little teacup as if she's never done any wrong in her life. And she's going to make Marcy correct it all for her. And it's just going to magically happen because we all live in la la land and life works like that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. When Vivian was there doing that, I get where she comes from. But again, she just doesn't seem like a person who's really ever had to lead a hard life. And a lot of people kind of have the assumption that since she's from Florida, that possibly her ancestry comes from the freak show. And I
yeah,
just don't think that's true because Vivian does not seem to me in any way like she has ever suffered a prejudice, a hardship, or
yeah,
any rough spot in her life aside from the fact that she lost her baby and caught her husband cheating on her.
yeah.
Sorry,
I
that was my little rant. I just noticed that I noticed that about her when during the episode. So I apologize. That was my
oh
rant.
no, it's fine. I agree. I mean,
Marcy said she was like living in a flat that was like the size of a closet with rats, and she would kill to live in a house like Vivian. And that, spirits are not. And I was like, Marcy straight up was truth on that. So I don't know. I just thought that was hilarious with Vivian there in her little teeth. Her little teeth. So you're gonna sell this house
yeah.
and you're gonna make back every single money so we don't take a loss. What world is Vivian freaking living in? They
And then
just
she gets
moved
all
in.
snappy. She's like, "You're gonna do it, or I'm gonna sue you." And I'm just like, "What are you
Right.
gonna sue her for?"
I mean, come on. She's living in a closet with rats. You can't get anything from the poor woman. Trade her places. I think you'll be grateful then.
But also, what are you gonna sue her for? She told you everything she had to by law.
Exactly. Gross
So
negligence. There was no gross negligence on Marcy's part. She told them the prior owners died. They thought it was cool, still bought the place. She did nothing wrong in my eyes.
exactly, and I'm just like, dude, you can't blame people for your own mistakes.
I know. And that's just what Vivian seemed to be doing was blaming Marcy for the problems in the house that they've encountered before they moved in. Now, mind you, we are only on the third episode and they've gotten a lot of problems. But everybody, when you move into someplace, you're going to see the negative side of everything as soon as you move in. Now, mind you, I understand these are some things a little hide. Oh, crap. There we go. My internet faded in and out, guys. I'm so sorry. Um, I'm hardwired in until I get my new laptop, and the thing ever moves, it stops working. So I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm done with my rant, just with Vivian. Anyway.
I don't understand what it is about Vivian as a character. I just don't like her. Like anything she does, I hated her. Oh my god, like every time I watch it, I loathe her character so much because like in the beginning you see her as this that poor woman, her husband cheated on her. You think she'd be strong and
Yeah.
like a force to reckon with. And then you see her in the season, you're just like, "Wow."
is
Wow.
everything that comes out of her mouth in episode 3 is, well, I'm pregnant. Well, I'm
Yeah.
pregnant. So what? You're pregnant. Women squat in the fields and give birth and then go right back to work. I just don't understand where this whole thing with I'm pregnant. I mean, she's just so
I feel like
snobby.
she's pregnant the entire time.
She is, right? I mean, there's like 12 episodes. And we found out she's pregnant in the first episode. And then what she gives birth later, much later. Spoiler, sorry guys. So yeah, it really does seem like she is pregnant this entire season. I liked Connie Britton though in ACS, an American Crime Story. I thought she was really great
Yeah.
as that chick, as
She's a
the
good
Freddy.
actress, it's just the character.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love Connie Britton. She's a great actress, great activist too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What else happened? Okay, so Ben forgot to meet Vivian because after Vivian has this conversation with Marcy, she finds out that their house is on a murder tour. So she takes the tour and they come up to her house and she finds out, and so does the viewers, who built the house, which was Dr. Charles Montgomery in the 20s. He built it for
Yeah.
his wife, Nora, and their child, but they fell on very hard financial times. And the husband was giving abortions in the basement in order for them to actually make ends meet.
Mhm.
And it was very tough for them financially. So before we could find out anything else about the Montgomerys, Vivian started bleeding, what looked like was having a miscarriage. So she got off the tour bus and ran into the house, called Ben. Ben took her to the doctor. But the bleeding stopped as soon as she went into the house, she said.
Yeah, it was just spotting from stress, is that what the doctor said?
I don't think that was spotting. I mean, she looked like she was like had
Yeah,
been
that
stabbed
was
or
like
something.
that was like a middle schooler, man, like first period kind of shit.
Right?
Panic on her face and like oh my god, the
Yeah.
amount of blood, like literally like a middle schooler's first period.
Right?
God, that
It's just a
scene was
little
so
spotting.
weird. I know the doctor was like, it was just a little spotting.
I'm
That
like,
wasn't a little.
really?
It
Are
bled
you a
through her
doctor?
underwear, through her pants.
I don't understand too about how they could say you should never move when you're pregnant. I moved when I was nursing and I packed up a whole house while I nursed my kid every 2 hours. I mean, people do it. Uh, Pregnant women are not delicate pieces of china. And
Yeah.
I mean, telling her, you shouldn't move, you should just stay there off your feet and just be
No, get
comfortable
off
in your
your lazy butt and
slippers.
do stuff, man.
Yeah, pregnant women are extremely active. I mean, in Russia, like they still do ballet dancing right before they're about to have a baby, for goodness sakes. We are not delicate pieces of fragile china. And I just hated that Vivian, that's how she's like, I'm pregnant. And so everybody around her is like, you're pregnant. And that's the excuse why she should be a lazy bum. Sorry.
Uh,
Anyway, so yeah, so Ben made the horrible mistake of not catching up with Hayden because she busts into the murder house after Vivian goes to the hospital. She takes Violet to go apartment hunting, and while they're gone, Hayden comes to confront Ben about him missing their lunch, and he says, "No, I'm really sorry. I'll take you out right now and we can talk." And she says, "Well, I am eating for two." I mean, this chick is pregnant. She's going to move all the way from freaking Massachusetts to California. I mean, Hayden does not complain. She stalks. She's relentless. This pregnant woman knows how to get shit done. And that's what I thoroughly like about Hayden.
I was just so upset they killed her off so fast. Like it's only the third
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. So Dennis O'Hare's character kills her off when they're leaving the murder house, and he's like, "Okay, I'll bury her now. You already got this hole going. By the way, give me $1,000 for it. She'll fit nicely in this hole." Oh my God, that man is so psychotic. At least Ben
He's
had
my
the decency to
favorite
try.
character though. Like I love him. He's great. I just like how he's like, I need $1,000 for a headshot. Why does he owe you $1,000? And then he kills poor Hayden. And then it's just like, you owe me $1,000 now. What?
Oh my God. Dude, that is hilarious. I mean, hey, I need $1,000 for headshots. I'm gonna go kill that guy over there's wife and then force him to pay me $1,000 for it. Oh my gosh, he really has issues.
He's so funny though, because then you find out he didn't kill his family.
Right.
His was it his wife? That
His daughters, I believe. I believe his wife was still alive.
no, his wife died too, but I'm trying to think of who killed them actually if it wasn't him. I think it was his wife that killed them. I'm not sure.
We'll know
It's
after
been
we keep going on watching the show.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get refreshed finally. So there was one part that I've missed so far is that Violet and Vivian were having a conversation in an apartment that they were looking at. And I just remember Violet's look of disgust at her mother's face when she told her that, well, I'm pregnant and I feel like we don't need to live in that house
Oh
anymore.
my god, I know. It was she was like, I'll run away if we move. I'm like, me too, Violet, me too.
Right? I mean, number one, emo girl's gonna run away. She's got no money. And this is LA, and she'll end up on Skid Row, which is scarier than anything you've ever seen in your life. And she'll be running back home quicker than anything.
Exactly. Where you gonna go? You gonna go hide in the basement with Tate? Huh? Like, girl, where you gonna run away to? You're a teenage girl who smokes cigarettes. Get your life straight.
And whines all the time.
That's the one thing I hate about her character is that she smokes cigarettes. Like, I am the teenage girl from her high school that wants to make her eat that cigarette. I hate that.
Hey, right on. You shouldn't be smoking that young early anyway. If you do it to make it look cool, no.
I just
But being on
it
an
was a pet peeve
oxygen
because she
tank
did it in
and
school. I was like, man, if we did that at school, we'd get kicked out, expelled, couldn't come back ever again.
no, at our high school, well, mind you, when I went to high school, they just didn't care as long as you didn't do it on school property or like in their uniforms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
that's yeah. She was like smoking in like the grounds. And I was just like, who are you? Why? Get your life
yeah, she
straight,
was
man.
straight up just smoking. Yeah, right there in the school, in the middle with everybody.
Like,
Yeah.
why you smoking anyway? You're what, 16?
She's like 15. And yeah, I mean, I still just don't understand her angst. What the hell does she have to be angry about? I just don't get it.
She's upset her boyfriend's a ghost man.
She doesn't know that
Oh yeah.
yet. This is totally before she even finds that out.
Oh god. This girl, her life is all oh my god, her life's upside down.
Yeah, oh my God. Her life is like more than upside down. She's got a great life in a great big haunted house. I mean, come on. She has a life better than most people. And it's just insane that, yeah, she complains about it. I'm sorry, I was just gonna check real quick on my order on my poster to find out where it is. Make sure it's gonna arrive next week.
What, your new poster?
Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise for everybody. So
Fun.
Okay. So I give this episode definitely, I mean, it's hard to rate this episode, Maisie, because we have the death of Hayden,
Yeah.
which I really liked. I was really starting to like her character. Just the fact that she was putting her foot down, she wasn't going to be ignored, because that's what Ben was trying to do. He was just trying to kind of push her away and trying to push her to the background so she won't interfere with the perfect life he's trying to rebuild with Vivian. And the point is that you can't do that when you've made mistakes. You have to bring closure to those mistakes. And it didn't seem like they brought any closure to them. They just decided, we're just going to try to move past it. And they just picked up and moved off, instead of actually
Yeah.
dealing with it. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a good episode, but I really liked Hayden. So, and then now she's gone. She's just going to be in a ghost, transition.
That's so sad. I would hate to get killed at the murder house.
I know, right?
Like everyone in that house is just like sad.
There's probably like no room anymore for anyone else. I mean, think of all the ghosts that are actually in there.
I mean, but Zachary Quinto's in there, so I'm pretty sure I'd be fine.
Right?
I'd be like, "What's up, man?"
How's it going?
But his character's gay too, so I mean, either way, I strike out.
Uh,
And
well,
I'm not messing with Tate. Screw that.
oh, no, that kid can blow up at you and like go psycho in a second. I
Yeah.
noticed too there was a part in this episode where Constance waved at Tate through the window and he never waved back at her.
She looks so sad. I was like,
Yeah.
you just got rejected by your own son.
Yeah.
That has to be
Absolutely.
horrible. And then the realtor's just staring at her like, what are you waving at? Like,
Yeah.
you're a crazy lady. Go home.
I just, yeah, Marcy. Oh man, it sucks what happened to Marcy in Hotel, but
I know.
yeah.
Wait, would you rather be killed in the hotel or the murder house?
Well, the hotel, because at least Liz Taylor would be there to help me with my makeup,
Yeah, same.
you know?
I feel like we
So,
asked that questions that question in a live stream a couple of like weeks ago, and everyone was saying like murder house. I didn't understand why.
oh yeah, probably so. That's right. I think we did talk about that before.
I still don't
Okay.
understand why you wouldn't want to live in the hotel because like they just seem very happy there.
I know, right? Considering in the murder house, they all seem depressed and angry and like murdery.
They all have like
So,
a lot of teen angst and are not even teenagers anymore.
right. Ah. Oh God, guys, real quick, it is 9:30. So before we go any further, don't forget that Maisie and Casey are live streaming on Sunday and Tuesday on Burnt Toast. Go check them out. There is a link in the description. You guys can go check them out. And we'll be back on Wednesday to do weekly Wednesday live streams for American Horror Story. And we'll be discussing Beyond the Horror episode 4 next Friday. So there's lots of interesting things happening. So please don't forget to click subscribe. I'm actually almost at 5,000. So don't forget, guys, when I hit 5,000, you guys get a house tour of my home. So don't forget to click the subscribe. And thank you guys again so much for watching. Maisie and I are probably going to stream for about another 15 to 30 minutes. I know I'm starving, and Maisie, I want to say Maisie probably has more of a life than myself.
Honestly, I don't. I was supposed to go to my boyfriend's house tonight, and then my mom was like, I never have fun anymore. And I was like, I'm sorry, Mom, go out.
Right?
So I stayed home.
Oh, so she stayed home.
No, I told my mom to go out and I stayed home because
Oh,
my
okay.
boyfriend lives like 30 minutes, not 30 minutes away, like 20 minutes away where I used to live. And she's just like, I take you out there. I want to go out. I never have fun. I'm like, I'm sorry, mom. You don't have to take me. So I think I'm just gonna go
Oh,
out there tomorrow.
oh my God, that is awesome. Your poor mom, dude. Yeah, you know, especially coming from being a mom. Yeah, moms never get to have fun. So, absolutely. Oh my God. And the Super Bowl. Oh my God, the Super Bowl is this weekend. Yeah,
I'm
that's a
only
good time
watching
for
for
me.
Lady Gaga, honestly.
She's doing the halftime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, I didn't know the Countess could sing. Dang.
Right? People are gonna be like, "What the hell?" So I was just checking that. So
Just
with
play
our
completely
cases,
stupid and just like, I didn't know the Countess could sing.
no, people, that's Lady Gaga. I watched a really great video on YouTube from Matt Pat about how Lady Gaga is part of the Illuminati.
I watched so many videos about that. Like, you don't understand. Like, that is my thing. I love it. There's like so many conspiracy theories that like she killed her old partner, took her partner's brand, and oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And like there's like what is it? Claims that she killed one of her like inspirations because like I don't remember who it was, but like she really wanted this guy to like approve of art pop, and then
Hmm.
he didn't. He said I don't like it, and then he said if she ever released it that he would charge her with plagiarism and stuff. And then he died, and then she released art pop. Like,
Oh yeah, and people think that she killed him or something like that.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I was just like, there's not a bad bone in Lady Gaga's body. I don't think she would do that.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's actually kind of funny. That's thinking like Princess Diana would say no to a needy child or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many conspiracies about Princess Diana too, man. Ugh.
Well, those are kind of needed, you know, because I
Yeah.
don't really think that that's how, you know, she died based on the evidence. Just like with
Yeah.
American Crime Story. I remember I was a sophomore in high school whenever that happened. I remember reading the facts about it and thinking, why does everybody think he's innocent? He's clearly guilty.
He's
And
clearly guilty, guys.
well, if you just looked at the case facts, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, the DNA evidence and all that stuff, it pointed to him absolutely. There was evidence you just could not deny. And I was very
Yeah.
glad that they touched on that in American Crime Story. So yeah, guys, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And I thought Sarah Paulson was phenomenal as Marcia Clark.
Yeah, before I even they even came out with American Crime Story, I would watch videos on the OJ thing because I mean, I'm like only 16, so
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I was yeah, that was 94, so I was a sophomore in high school. That's insane.
yeah, I wasn't thought of.
Yeah, I
So
know, right?
so I would like watch all these videos, and everyone was like, everyone thought he was innocent. I'm like, do you not see what they just said? His DNA was found. He's clearly guilty.
In a trail from the murder site to his house, literally into his bedroom, in his closet. I don't think that he was framed. So I just, you know, yeah, I think that was a really good job uh, with everybody. I thought Kuba was great as O.J.
Yeah.
Simpson. I thought John Travolta was great as Shapiro, and
I love John Travolta so much. I'm so excited to rewatch it.
yeah, I think he's a great actor. I've loved him since I first saw him in Saturday Night Fever. I mean, it was the early 80s, and my mom was obsessed with that movie when it came out in the 70s. So,
I love him so much,
yeah.
but my all-time favorite by him will always be Grease. Like, honestly, like, can you not with he's so good.
No, it's Saturday Night Live. Oh my God. Or Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Fever. I'm thinking SNL. Saturday Night Fever. The way he dances and just looks in those pants with those 80s, with those 70s shirts.
I love him so much. Anything he does is so funny, especially that movie Wild Hogs. That was such a funny movie.
Well, I guess I don't remember that one. I just remember Battlefield Earth and then thinking, oh crap, there goes his career.
Wild Hogs is like a group of like middle-aged men going through midlife crisis riding motorcycles. It's so funny. I
Steve,
think of my stepdad every time.
because of the motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. My brothers, they love motorcycles too. What it just yeah. I think I saw Wild Hogs. I'm not positive. I'm not sure. The angry fan wants to know, Maisie, if we would rather be killed by Infantata or the Countess.
The
The
Countess.
Countess.
Screw
Absolutely.
Infantata. That thing's scary.
As hell. And I would never want to be stuck with that thing forever in the murder house.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Steve B 987881 says, "Don't get me started on Travolta. I've been watching Leah Remy's Scientology show. Don't get me started." Well, aside from Travolta's religion, I really like him as an actor.
I don't look at celebrities' religion because then
We have to
I
discount
I
all of
couldn't.
them.
I couldn't with them because like Laura Prepron is a Scientologist, so I just looked past
Is
that.
she really?
Yeah.
Oh, from Orange is the New Black. Yeah, I didn't know she was.
And that 70s show, that's like my favorite show.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I just really truly try not to look at a person based on their belief, but I'm not gonna lie. Once I found out about Tom Cruise, I was just like, ugh, I'm just done with him.
I
I
never
just
really
don't.
liked Tom Cruise anyway, so
Yeah, I think that was because I never really liked him. So yeah,
yeah, I mean, being a
as an
Scientologist just
actor,
pushed me over.
yeah,
But I never
absolutely.
really liked Tom Cruise anyway. I never got the hype around him.
He was okay in Cocktail. I mean, yeah, a lot of women were like, "Oh my God, he's so cute," but I was
He's
more
not
of
that cute
a
though.
yeah, I was more of like Paul Stanley from Kiss. That was my
Yes.
kind of guy. Yeah, absolutely. And then once Kurt Cobain came, and like I think it was for me, it was like 90 or 91 when I first noticed um, Nirvana. So yeah, and then after Kurt Cobain, it was like nobody else ever again.
I mean, clearly I never got to live through Nirvana.
I remember
Such a
waiting in
sad
line,
time.
Maisie, literally for hours, and people would camp outside for days outside of the music stores in order to get a new CD or a new album or something. Those were the
I
days.
understand that.
Now,
I do
yeah,
that for
you can just download it.
I'm like that with music too, but now yeah, I can just download it. But like I normally like if I'm gonna get a physical copy, I'll pre-order it before the album comes out and get like a bundle package.
Yeah. See, that's the
Or
thing.
I'll get it like when I'm at like concerts so I can get it signed and
Exactly. I like something physical because in case I ever meet the band or something again, yeah, I want an autograph. I'm more of a physical person anyway, so.
I have so many CDs, it's not even funny. And everyone's just like, why do you keep them? I'm like, you don't keep your CDs?
Right? Why wouldn't you? Hello.
Like, I have like my Avril Lavigne CD from when I was so little.
Avril
Like,
Lavigne.
it's so like scratched up and like beat up. There's not even a cover for it anymore. I just refuse to get rid of it.
I was just reading some of the comments. Mysterious Enigma was saying, "Why do you guys hate people's beliefs?" Nobody hates people's beliefs, Mysterious Enigma. It's just that people are basing an entire religion, Scientology, upon a science fiction writer. I just,
And they believe we're made up of little alien bugs.
yeah. I mean, based upon that theory, I would love to make a religion come out literally out of my ass and then
You know what much money they
Unbelievable.
make.
Yes, and then they get tax exempt too. I
Yeah,
mean,
and then
that's freaking icing on the
they're trying to
cake.
get rid of that law where churches can't support a certain candidate. They're trying to get rid of that law now.
Yeah,
Like, no, we don't need to mix religion and everything again. That was
at
not a good time.
all. Yeah, I know. And now it's totally, we're gonna put it all in the same way. So,
Yeah.
um, so let's
Oh,
see.
my nail is chipping.
I have heard of the Courtney conspiracy about Kurt Cobain. I've watched Soaked in Bleach and all that stuff.
Dude,
So,
I researched Kurt's death so much. Like,
yeah, pictures and
I still believe Courtney Love did it. Like, I don't I don't like her.
I don't know. I am so conflicted because she really does a lot of work for women and women's rights. And to be honest with you, with how much drugs she was on,
Yeah.
I really find it inconceivable that she was intelligent enough to even consider the thought that if she kills her
Well,
husband, she'd make all this money. Because at that point, yeah, Nirvana had blown up, but I really most of the fame came unfortunately after
yeah.
it
I
happened.
see
So
I see where you're coming from, but I don't feel like she blew his brains out. Not in that sense she killed him like
well, most junkies, it's just when they overdose, the needle is still in their arm, even like their arm is still tied off. And when they
yeah.
OD, unfortunately, it's still like all in there. But with people such as like River Phoenix and John Belushi, that's not always the case.
I love River Phoenix.
I know that's such a huge tragedy too. Seriously, guys out there, don't do drugs. I mean, they are nasty and gross. And
Isn't he the one where his no. Sid Vicious is the one where his girlfriend watched him die.
no, he murdered her. They went like on this
Oh yeah, no, it
huge
was River
heroin
Phoenix then. Yeah,
bin,
yeah, yeah.
and Sid Vicious murdered his girlfriend Nancy.
Yeah,
So
River Phoenix's girlfriend.
watched him die, and his brother,
Yeah, in the street,
yeah, in the
overdosed
fucking
in the
street,
street.
yeah.
Like they were so like messed up. She watched him die, and I'm just like, what the heck?
Yeah, that is some horrible stuff. And you guys, I mean, if you're young out there, watch Requiem for a Dream because that's some truth about drugs and the horrible, nasty, disgusting path that they will lead you down. And that it's a no, you just absolutely Steve B 987-881. Drugs are bad. Okay. Okay. So absolutely. That's always something I've told everybody, I just don't understand. And that's just something that I've never done.
That's like my number one thing. Like, I don't condone drugs at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions, just let us know in the comments. We would appreciate it. We're going to save shout outs for 10 minutes. And Maisie and I are probably going to start wrapping up the live stream soon. So that way I can stuff my belly. Usually what I do while I'm eating or while I'm editing is I always binge on chili cheese French fries from Sonic. That's like my drug of choice when I'm editing. And so I decided that I'm probably going to do a couple of hours tonight of editing after everybody goes to bed. So probably what I'll be doing is locked in the closet with chili cheese French fries and my laptop. Maisie, what about you? What do you have going on?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was reading. What'd you
Oh,
say?
oh no, no problem. No, I was just asking what were you probably going to be doing after the live stream?
Finishing getting up to date with the Vampire Diaries, watching the new episode that came on tonight.
Yeah.
Um, then probably FaceTiming my boyfriend.
Right? Awesome. Okay, well, we have a couple of questions right here for us, Maisie.
All right.
Steve B 98781 wants to know, did you guys like the character of Addie in Murder House?
I did. I really liked her.
I think Addie is probably one of my favorite ones as well. She was a very good one.
Yeah.
Alice Kushnick wants to know, how do you guys feel about Nora? Do you guys like her or not?
Nora,
Nora Montgomery,
she's
Charles's
my
wife.
favorite Lily Rabe character.
I, yeah, I really do like her as Nora. I like her really as Shelby, but I really love her as Nora as well. Charles, it's a simple thing. Yeah, her speech, her just the way she speaks to him, and yeah, I also love the way that they took Murder House kind of back in time and put
Yeah.
her in clothes such as from the 1920s.
Yeah, I loved it. Plus I loved and like they showed her. They in that one scene where they like when it turned to the back of her head, you saw the gun wound.
Yes, that
That was
was a little
such a
creepy.
cool thing. I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God."
Maisie, the angry fan, wants to know, would we rather get our teeth ripped out by the Polks or be
No,
kidnapped
no.
by Twisty the Clown?
Kidnapped by Twisty. I don't do teeth. We all know this.
Yeah, I would rather be kidnapped by Twisty the Clown because I could MacGyver myself out of that bus. I think I could MacGyver
Yeah.
myself out of a situation. I'm pretty intelligent and I would not have doubt in myself. So yeah, I would rather be kidnapped by Twisty.
Yeah.
I see that as more
My
of a
mom taught
situation to
me how to
escape.
get out of kidnapping situations when I was young, so I'm pretty sure I could get out of it.
Yeah, I don't want to go where I ain't tape.
Uh,
That's no.
I could never get my teeth pulled out. Oh my God. Because I've talked about teeth on this freaking live stream before during freaking season 6.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Every time I think about something, AHS always has to do something with teeth, and it always kills
Yes.
me.
I know. Nothing is worse than like teeth pain or having your teeth pulled out or something like
Or
that. I mean, that's freaking
like when
insane.
Sally like chomped down on her own teeth. Oh my God, it's hurting me now. That was the worst
Yeah.
thing in the world.
Yeah. I agree. Well, I mean, yeah, this was a really good episode of Murder House, a really good episode. I'm excited to go longer and find out, about the rest of the season with you guys and to find out as well what happens, even though we kind of do know there are some people on the stream who are starting from the beginning. So let's go real quick with some shout outs. Jennifer Conley, huge shout out to you. Ernesto Estrada, huge shout out to you, buddy. And let's see. Enigma, Steve, Big Red Tower, huge shout out to you guys. Omar, darling, a huge shout out to my OG sub. And Omar, I did see, I have not seen the Golden Girls bookmark that you made. I haven't been on Twitter. I apologize. I'll probably go check it this weekend. I've really been trying to catch up around my house with the housework and the kids. So we had science projects last week, and then with my internet being out last week and me being sick, it's just been insane. So I promise I will go check it out. Mysterious Enigma says Dr. Arden rules. Big Red Tower thinks that Addie is definitely the most innocent character of the season. Steve B thinks that Sister Mary Eunice is his favorite character by Lily Rabb. And Omar agrees with that. Uh, So, Red, Alice, Jennifer, Enigma, Omar, you guys, amazing shout out. Steve B, huge shout out to you as well. Omar says, Mary and Maisie, would you guys be the Golden Girls roommates or would you be Sally's roommates?
I don't know.
I have a scare about being Sally's roommate. I think that if anything, she would stitch myself and Maisie to her. So
Oh
that
God.
that scares me, and yeah, I don't think that Blanche or Rose would actually do that. I think I would take Saint Olaf stories 24/7 rather than be Sally's roommate. What about you, Maisie?
I don't know. I would like the being the Golden Girls roommate. Great. But like Sally, uh I might. I mean, I don't know. General curiosity.
Well, the angry fan wants to know, would you rather be killed by Sally or the Countess?
The Countess. It would go easier. She'd just slit your throat.
Yeah, that's true. And then she'd drink you, and Sally would be probably a bitch about it.
She'd make you OD. Man, I ain't
Yeah,
trying to
that's
OD.
gross. Yeah, I'm not. Oh my God, do you see this face? Like, if drugs like ever got to this face, I would start to wrinkle and like my teeth would go. And oh my God, no,
Oh,
that's gross.
drugs are such a bad
I
thing.
would so rather be killed by the Countess, where I would be young and beautiful forever, just with a slit through the line right
I
there.
would love that, like to live in the hotel forever, but like with your just neck slit open.
Jennifer Conley has asked a tough question, Maisie. I don't know, Maisie. I think I know this one. Would you rather be killed by the Countess or Mr. March?
Oh, I don't know.
Mr. March, I think I'm gonna say.
I'd probably pick Mr. March too because he's creative. Like he turns every murder into like an art piece, and I'm just like, me too, honey, me too.
If I could be ever in a situation where I could make Evan Peters marry me, absolutely. I think being his victim is a great way to scout him for a potential marriage.
Same.
I know people aren't going to agree with this, but I don't care.
Be like, kill me, and then we'll be together
Together.
forever.
I agree completely. So that was a very good question, Jennifer. She says Mr. March for me. Ha ha ha. Tammy thinks that Mr. March is Evan Peters is her favorite role of Evan, which I agree. Mr. March is my favorite one as well. I think he definitely outshines as Kit Walker in Asylum, but I think when he was Mr. March, that truly showed his talent. So absolutely. Steve B would pick the Countess rather than Mr. March. Oh, and guys, definitely we want to give out a huge shout out to Casey for having a life. LOL. Yeah. Shout out to you, Casey. You're actually out at movies, having fun, enjoying yourself. We're jealous. All right, Maisie, is there anything that you would like to cover or anything such as that before we end the live stream?
Nope.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Don't forget, we're going to be back next Wednesday for American Horror Story Weekly Wednesday live stream. We'll be back next Friday for Beyond the Horror episode 4. Maisie and Casey are live streaming Sunday and Tuesday from Burnt Toast, so don't forget to go subscribe to them. You are all amazing for being here tonight. Thank you all again, for being here. Maisie, thank you so much for being here. I do sincerely appreciate it very much.
Yeah, definitely.
And guys, don't forget to subscribe to myself and to Burnt Toast. You guys have an amazing weekend, and we're going to wrap up just a little bit early tonight, since just kind of seems like we went on ahead and just talked all about the episodes and just had a great conversation about it. So you guys have a wonderful night, and we will all